Right now.
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 Because it's time to right now.
Right now.
Right
Right now.
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 Because it's time to right now.
Right now.
Right
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Welcome to another daily writing stream. Today, we're going to get progress with our storytelling. It's Monday. Monday means that hopefully we got to enjoy our weekend. And now we get to plan out and think, what are we going to be working on for the week ahead? Mondays are a great day to get in some ideas and think about what type of progress do I want to make with my story this week. And for some people, that might be like, hey, I just need to get some ideas this week. I just need to write some stuff down because it's been a tough couple weeks. Or for somebody else, maybe it's, hey, I'm making some awesome progress. And you know what? Today's the day. This is the week where I'm going to make that breakthrough. Or maybe you're somewhere else in between. So welcome. I'm Kaufman, daily writing streamer and writing enthusiast. And very much enjoying this journey as I'm working on Scarecrow. So as you know, our daily goal, or what we're going to do today, we'll do one writing sprint. I'll have enough time. We got 40 minutes. Maybe I'll push it just under an hour. So we'll kick into one writing sprint. Feel free to join me if you want to try to get some writing done. Let me pull it up here. I was like, make sure. Awesome. Hey, what's up, ML? Hope all is well, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So as you can see here, I have my setup all good, and I'm just going to hop into it. I'm in this crazy story arc with the Last Scarecrow. As y'all know, I've totally been there this past working on this chapter for probably a week and a half now. So I'm going to push through. I need to see if I can I will be able to finish this chapter this week and see how long it takes me to get through the rest of the midpoint, which is 2 more chapters. So we'll see what progress we can make, and I am all set. Let's see, not 20 minutes. This needs to be, let's go 40. All right. Okay, perfect. And I am all ready. So I'll come join you in the chat if you have any questions or you just want to talk. But whether you are writing, brainstorming, revising, editing, or doing something in between, come join us because it's time to write now. All right, my friends. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That chapter is crazy. That chapter is crazy. Ah, man. Oh my goodness. I was like, I wish I would have the time to just take a day and just actually get through these chapters. Oh man. I was like, man, mind blown. Oh man, once again, for those of you who don't know, this chapter that I'm working on, it's I want to say it's like it's one or two chapters before the midpoint, and it is crazy. Probably one of the most complex and technically challenging chapters probably of the entire book, in honesty. Because even a lot of like the midpoint or a lot of like the climax stuff is fun. but it's like from a technical standpoint, a lot of the climax stuff isn't as technically difficult because it's much more plot focused. But this like stuff is so crazy. There's so many POV swaps. There's so much chaos. So many characters in such a small environment. It's such a chaotic chapter, and it's intentionally designed to be a chaotic chapter with a lot of different things happening all at once. Man, I'm really gonna have to see if if how the chapter how it comes across to readers. It's such a crazy chapter. It's so much happens, and I know I've been working on this chapter for like week and a half, and I am definitely I'm on the final beat of the chapter. I'm on the final beat, and I know the final beat of it was actually already strong, so I'm almost done, thankfully. But Lynn, yeah, I know you were asking about like the chapters, dividing them up. It's interesting. I've taken down a note. I probably should have done word count, but I've taken down a note of like page count for every chapter in the book so far as I'm going through it. And most of my Act 1 chapters are pretty similar in length. Most of my Act 1 chapters are probably like probably about like 10 to 15 pages on average. That's also, I'm typing up much bigger text, that way it can be seen on screen. So most like the Act 1 chapters are probably like 8 to 13 pages in all honesty. But then most of the Act 2 chapters, it like doubles. Most of the Act 2 chapters end up being like 12 to 20 pages almost. I mean, it'll probably be like 12 to 18, but or like 10 to 18. But yeah, most of the Act 2 chapters are longer. And I think it's just part of the journey. So we'll see. Act 2 is probably we're gonna have to cut down some. But then this chapter specifically is like it's going on longer than I had originally intended it. And I'm gonna have to go back to the entire chapter and see how it feels from a reading pacing standpoint from start to finish, because it has all the other character setups in the beginning, and then it goes into the whole battle. But it spends the first third of the chapter doing the character setups. And I really wanted that to feel like that was a part of the chapter, like a lead up into it. But the downside is it's creating a really long chapter. So we'll see. I'll have to see how it feels. If it's too long, it's too long, right? Because you can't. But it's emotional. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see. So, but thank you for asking. Hopefully, you were able to get some progress in on your own writing as well. For all of you who are able to join me, thank you so much. I saw a couple of you guys in the chat. Hopefully, as always, you're able to get some inspiration from our writing vibe. But that's all that I got for you today, my friends. I'll be back tomorrow with another writing sprint. Same time, same place. 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Come join me and we'll get another writing sprint in tomorrow. And that's what we got. And most importantly, if you enjoyed the stream, tap that like button on your way out. Help us show the algorithm that writing streams are cool. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me today. But unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the stream. Don't forget, words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers. Words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers. It's time to write
Right now.
Sorry.
Right now, not right now, but right now. Read now, right now.